Hey, Mike Healy here, and I've got documentary video number 5 in the series. Obviously, you can always go to MikeHealyTraining.com/documentary, see them in a sequential order. You can go to my YouTube channel as well as my Facebook page. So in this one, what I want to do is, this was going to be a tad bit more advanced, but in the last video that I did, I showed you how I was doing when I do YouTube and the purpose of it and how I got leads from YouTube and over all these years and so on, and then kind of how I set it up so that I get organic traffic. Now, one of the things I said in another video, I think way back when, was instead of me waiting or you waiting to grow corn to eat it by planting it, hoping it develops and so on, wouldn't it be more amazing or a lot more efficient if you could go to the store and buy corn? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you now what I'm going to do with a recent video that I made, and I'm going to show you how I set up a YouTube ad with that will be in the area where if somebody searched it, you know how the ads come up above. In most cases, there'll be an ad that's relevant to the topic that you typed in. I'm going to show you how to set one of those ads up through my account, my Google account, using it. And then I'll tell you why I do it the way I do it and so on. So if you'll follow me in this next part, I think it's going to open your mind too, because again, the whole name of this game is whoever can tell the story the most wins. And the fastest way to get your story out there is to use these technologies and these strategies that I'm teaching you to blow it up and get it out there. So I'll see you in a second. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I set up a YouTube ad, what I target, how you can get really granular and find your target market for who you're trying to get this in front of. We're going to go to my computer screen, obviously, so you can see it. You can obviously, if you want to do it or do it yourself, just pause the video, open a tab, and so on. So real quick, I do want to tell you this, that if you ever you can go to my website, MikeHealyTraining.com, and if you click on courses right there at the top, if you click on courses, I've got a really good 30-minute training on what I do and how I do a lot of this stuff. And down below, I've actually created some courses that teach this in detail, okay? Just because I don't cover everything when I do this documentary, but I'm kind of just giving you the plan, the wheels, how they turn, and you can look at each one of them and so on. I've got discounts on them and so on, but it's pretty much everything you need to get up and running and learn this. But this is a great video that he did here. So I'd recommend that. But anyhow, so we'll jump off of that. Let's get back to the other thing. So on my documentary page, if you scroll down, you'll see on video 4, I was talking about the YouTube leads, and I was talking about organic, like what I do. As soon as I join a company, I go to YouTube, I type in the search of the keyword of the company, right? So it would be Snap Delivered, and then that's the first one, and then the rest of the words kind of show up, and I showed you that in that video, and I'm showing you how to set that up for organic traffic that'll get out there. I personally like to throw a few bucks out there to kind of get some traction on my videos in a lot of cases, and just jump over everybody because I'm willing to do it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you we're going to go into my Google Ads account, and I'm going to show you that the presentation video that I have. So let me pull this up here. So if somebody was to go to, I showed you this in the last video, if you go to and type in the keyword Snap Delivered, if it's more than a keyword, it's called a long tail keyword, by the way. But Snap Delivered opportunity, if somebody clicks on that, I want my video to be a paid ad above this one. And this one's the one by corporate and a couple others. So my ad organically in a day is already in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spot, right? So that's not bad. That's pretty good. It'll probably eventually continue to climb. But what I want to do is when somebody types in any of these other keywords right here, I want on YouTube, I want my video to populate, okay, or be a suggested ad or a suggested video in that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to do this. So if we go to the Snap Delivered, this is me doing the presentation, and you can kind of see this is the thumbnail that I have. And by the way, I make my thumbnails, the easiest platform you can make thumbnails on is on Canva. canva.com, canva.com. Real easy. They have the template already made, and I just, you swap out images, change the text, change the colors. It's not that hard, okay? So what we got, oops, I jumped out of that one. So let me just go back to the video. So this is the snap delivered video that I've got. Now what's going to happen is I pulled this up because I need this URL when I make my ad. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my Google Ads account. So we're going to go into my Google Ads account, which, if you're going to do this, you already got to have it set up. That's why I suggested my trainings at the beginning. I'm in my Google account. I've got a couple small campaigns going right now, nothing hard and heavy. I've got a training thing I have on Udemy, but what I'm going to do is in campaigns is basically where you're going to set up your ads so that it's kind of the hierarchy, okay, of what it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the plus sign. Now it's just going to be new campaign, and Google will automatically suggest the different things or goals or objectives for your campaign, such as drive sales, leads, website traffic, and so on. I typically always create a campaign without a goals guidance because I'm more comfortable with that, right? So I click on create a campaign without a goals guidance. It's going to give me all these different things. It's going to give me search, performance, display, shopping, blah, 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 right? All these things. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click on video because I want video to come up. It's going to default to custom video campaign. So I leave that, right? I just click continue at the bottom right. Now what's going to happen is it's going to take me into where I kind of start to set this ad up. So what you want to do is you want to name your campaign. So my campaign name, I'll try not to yell in the mic, is going to be Snap Up. So I'm just going to make it something that I will remember. If you have a bunch of ads, you want to have something Snap Up. Okay, so this is the name of the campaign. The bid strategy is CPV, stands for cost per view. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that. The budget total, so I can actually set a total budget. So let's say I only wanted to spend $100 as an example. I could make that, and I could get a start date and an end date, and it would spend my $100 potentially during that period. I'm going to, just because I want this to go run on a continual basis, I'm going to click that. I'm going to go daily. And now here's the thing, is because this is a fairly new opportunity, there's probably not a lot of competition. So I can use a very low dollar amount, and I'm going to go, let's say $10 per day. Now, here's something really cool about YouTube and Google versus Facebook. Facebook will burn through your $10 a day. They will figure out a way to spend it. What's nice about Google is if you go through targeting and you set up what only the certain things, criteria that people match to get that done. If they only spend $4, they only spend $4 because that was what the only people that clicked on it. So they're not going to max out your $10 a day, but it may go, like $10.50 because there was a couple extra things they could have snagged for you. But in most cases, they will never spend that. And if you could have gotten a lot more traffic by spending $15, they'll make a suggestion on that, which is kind of nice. Okay. So budget details, I'm going to leave $10. That's all I'm going to do. Now, networks is actually where, when I click on this, it's going to be where your video is going to show. I always leave YouTube search results, YouTube videos. I typically take it off of partner display network because I don't want my video being out there in like, on like a Fox News or a Facebook or something like that. I want it to be kind of in a more organic setting. I'm going to only run this because of this opportunity is only available in the US. Only in the United States. I'm going to have it English in case this is not in yours. Now, inventory type, I'm not going to go through all of these. I'm just going to show you what I'm going to do. Inventory type will be kind of like you can where they would show it. So if it's going to be shown on a lot of businesses or churches or ministries, they do not want theirs on expanded inventory. So if somebody's watching some inappropriate stuff, they obviously don't want a church video popping up. That's what that kind of is for right there. Exclude types and labels. Let me just double check if I got that one. I check embedded because I don't want it on embedded videos. I don't want it on live stream videos. I want this to be more organic, just strictly for a search. Okay, is what I'm trying to do. So I get that. So these are opting out of being presented on that. And then related videos, you can put related videos on here. Right now, I don't have any. I only have like one video up for Snap Delivered. So otherwise, I'd be able to click on that, add 2 to 3, and that's a really good thing that they just added, and so on. So I'm not going to make a bunch of ad groups. I'm going to just specifically target keywords on this one. So I'm going to leave the video ad group alone right there. Demographics, I'm going to leave this pretty much. Let me open it for you and I'll show you kind of what it is. I'm going to leave this all wide open because I just want this to be anybody that's searching should get this. Audience segments, you can kind of go through and find out different things if you were to type in like Snap Delivered or delivery service, or you could type in Uber and it'll give you suggestions of who would do it, but I'm not going after that. But I'm looking for, and then placements, by the way, let me just cover these real quick. Placements, in case you don't know what those are, you can actually target YouTube channels. That way, if you know, like if you have ever watched a YouTube video and an ad in front of that has been really relevant, it's because they targeted you based on what the criteria is here. And then with topics, you can actually pull up different topics: beauty and fitness, books, leisure, business, blah, 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 right? So I'm going to go after keywords in this instance. So I'm going to open this up because I'm looking for keywords that are relevant to Snap Delivered. So I already showed you that what I would do is I would go in here and I would type that in and I would pull these. So what I've already done is I went through and I collected the Snap Delivered info keywords. Okay, these are kind of the top keywords that are popping up. So I am just going to go like this, copy, and then I'm going to go over to go over here to where it's at, and then I'm going to paste it. And then what I typically do is I'm going to go per line on this. So I will just go through real quick. I'm going to put my glasses on, and then I might not, maybe I'll edit this out so you don't have to watch me do all this. Okay, so basically I just took them in there, took the commas out, and I separated them line by line. So that these are the kind of the, what is that? Maybe about 10 keywords or long tail keywords that are the most popular things being searched for on YouTube that is going to be typed in. So I want my video to come up whenever somebody types in Snap Delivered opportunity, reviews, and you get the point, right? Okay, so what I do there, so I leave that there. So that's my keyword selection of what I'm going to target. Excuse me. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go Snap Delivered opportunity. And now this is the video that I wanted to use because this has got the real nice thumbnail, Snap Delivered opportunity overview. So it's a really good, relevant video. So I need to copy that link. So I'm going to just go Command C on my Mac and go back to here. And now I'm going to go down to my video. So here, all I'm going to do is just paste the URL in there. It's going to pull it up and it's going to put it together like this. So what I want to do is I'm going to leave this as an in-feed video ad. So if you want to ever know what these are, this is kind of a video discovery and the video discovery ad. So it's kind of like if somebody typed that in, it's going to pop up. They'll appear in YouTube search results next to related videos, etc. Okay, so this is the one I want. I'm going to click on that and you'll see that it will populate looking like this. And let me just show you what my headline is. I'm going to put in Snap Delivered opportunity. Okay, so I have Snap Delivered opportunity. I'm just going to make it simple and I'm going to make that the description. I'm going to put that at the other description because I don't really care. I don't need to name it. So what I'm going to show you is this. So this is you've seen these where if somebody was to go to Google or go to YouTube, type it in, okay, it's actually going through and showing different examples. This is what it's going to look like on a desktop. So you can see this. So remember I mentioned that I wanted my ad to be above the ones. This is what it's going to look like in a feed. If somebody's going to if they're going to make a suggestion, this is what it's going to go here. Now, if you're following me right now, looking at that, you're starting to understand how significant running these ads are. And what I do, $10 a day, which I probably won't burn through it all for at least a few months until this thing becomes popular. The other thing, look over here on the right side. The impression potential right now, they're saying about 29 million. I'm sure that's a lot lower, but it's going to probably go through, look at relevant keywords, use the analytics that they have, and then coordinate. Maybe if they have Uber and they see Snap is, similar to Uber, they may even make that as a suggested video. So everything looks good. Snap Delivered opportunity is the headline. I've got Snap Delivered opportunity down there. In fact, let me put, instead of snap delivered opportunity on this number 2, I'm going to put overview. Right? And there we go. So now it's going to change, and you'll see it right here. See how it changed? Snap delivered overview. So you can change these. I just want to make it kind of simple, just like this. So now once that's all done, now it's going to ask me my cost for bidding. Last thing on here to create the campaign. CPV means cost per view. What am I willing to pay per view? Now, if you're in something, you can improve your campaign's performance by using a bid of 14 cents. Okay, now here's the thing. I can put 14 cents on here, which I'm going to do because that's what they suggested, 0.14. Okay, and now I have it 14 cents. It's over here. A lot of times it'll change. It'll show you approximately what kind of videos you're going to get. So if you look over here, it's saying that for 14 cents per view, and my budget's $10 per day, I have the potential to get over 600 views with this many impressions. So my average cost per view right now based on this is between 5 cents and 12 cents. I'm totally up for that because I literally need one driver, one restaurant, or one customer per day to get involved in this thing with all that kind of traffic. And it's going to pay for itself, right? Because it's all about right now getting eyeballs in front of it. People are then going to go do some searches, look for what I've got. So then all I got to do, last thing down here at the bottom, is I'm going to click create campaign. If I have any errors or anything I've done incorrectly, it'll pop up, say, hey, fill this out, or click this button, and it's done. So now it's done. What's now going to happen is Google's going to take a day or two to go through the video, look at where it's going, that kind of thing. I only am driving traffic strictly to that YouTube video. Okay, strictly to that YouTube video, and so on. What's going to now happen is a few things. One, it's going to up the view count on that. Two, it's going to be relevant in where people are searching for that specific topic. Three, I can actually go into Google, create an audience, kind of an audience for remarketing, and actually run ads based on everybody who has viewed that specific video. So if you've ever gone on the internet and you've clicked on something and then all of a sudden everywhere you go, it's relevant, or you're seeing the same ad for whatever, that's how it's done. Is there's pixels, tags, whatever they call them, code, that when you click on it, it takes you to see those people. So I know some of this is complicated, but you have to understand what I'm doing right now, what I've gone through and shown you for the last few days. I think I've only been doing these documentary videos for maybe less than a week, is I'm building a machine. I'm basically building a machine where I'm putting strategic things in the right orders. And now I'm using a little bit of money to kind of turn the machine on, turn the faucet on, because what will happen is I will now be able to go back, which I'll do in the next couple of videos or the next few days. I will go back and look at my results, and then I will either tweak them, terminate an ad because it's not working, or see what worked on that ad, and then you do another one or something similar, or change it or whatever. So at the very first video, I think I told you, you want to make data-driven decisions. What this is going to allow me to do is now I'm going to see all of these, analytics, metrics, data that are going to allow me to finally to get my machine going to where I can all of a sudden turn that faucet up and say, hey, if I spend $5 a day, I'm going to get one person signed up. If I spent $10 a day, because it all comes, and I don't think I said this in the first video or any of the videos, but when it comes to paid marketing, I want you to think about this. If you could spend $1 and make $1, you can spend an infinite amount of money because you never lose, right? But what happens if you can spend $1 and make $1.20 or $2? How many dollars do you want to give me? If you gave me $1 and immediately I handed you back $2, how many dollar bills would you give me? This is why some companies just crush it, whereas other ones don't understand it. And you have a little bit of a period where you're going to tweak some things to make it work and make it so it's gonna do well, and you can test it, you can scale it, you can verify it, that kind of thing. And so what's going to happen is you start to be able to spend $5 a day, $50 a day. Well, If you're, and people in their heads, they go, I would never spend $500 a day. Yes, you would. If you spent $500 a day and the next day you got 600, how many days would you spend 500? If you spent $5,000 a day and all of a sudden you made $10,000 a day, how many times would you spend $5,000 a day? Right? This is the mentality you have to get to, or start to understand this. And obviously this is stuff you got to tweak and so on. But anyhow, so let me jump out of here. So if you haven't gone through my video series, I do suggest, because I am putting them in a sequential thing. I am literally showing you what I'm doing to kind of build this thing. Like I said, I'm just hands-on, day in, day out, documentary kind of style thing of what I'm doing to get this done. And I've done this before, and I'll probably show you some other companies that I've already had this done, or am doing, just as other examples. But if you go through the series, you're going to see, especially the last one, and then this one you're just watching right now, you're going to see it. So go to MikeHealyTraining.com/documentary, watch the series, sign up for the email list to get notifications, that kind of thing. But hopefully you got something out of this. Again, if you got questions or anything like that, feel free to hit me up, and we'll get those taken care of. So also, if you need the courses, just go to MikeHealyTraining.com, click on courses, and you can check out those as well. So thanks again. I'll see you on other videos.